Most people live in big cities, and in a big city, we don't think about where does the electricity come from, or when you flush the toilet, where does it go, or garbage, where does it disappear, or where do you get your food. We just think that it's the economy that delivers those services to us. And I think this is a major problem, is that we have now fundamentally disconnected ourselves from the natural world. Daryl, you should go to an emergency ward on a smog alert day. It's packed with children and old people having severe asthma attacks. They're being brought in by their kids, or the kids being brought in by their parents, scared stiff they won't get their loved ones into the hospital in time to save their lives. Yet many of them drove up in a sports utility vehicle.
Right.
They don't realize that the way they live, in this case driving an SUV, is a part of the crisis that they're facing. We've already added more than 30% more carbon dioxide to the atmosphere than there was 150 years ago.
Have you ever heard of a carbon footprint?
No.
No? No.
No, I haven't.
No. Footprint?
No. No. Oh, no.
Every one of us has a footprint. That is, we have an impact on the Earth. We're producing many, many, many times more carbon than the Earth can reabsorb.
It's a simple problem. It's an air pollution problem. You know, it just so happens that this is a invisible, odourless pollutant that acts in ways to fundamentally change the Earth's climate system. And we've known how to fix air pollution problems for the last 1,000 years. And starting with King Edward I, I think, was the first one to bring in laws about it. And it's simple. You just tax the polluters. Get the polluter to pay.
Have you heard of carbon neutral?
No.
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 Just carbon copy. I have not heard of carbon neutral.
Carbon neutral.
Carbon neutral? What's carbon neutral?
Do you know how you can offset your carbon?
Conserve fuel. Ride my sport bike instead of my big truck.
Like take the bus or something?
Use energy efficient appliances in your home.
Stop using gas and walk.
Solar panel.
The most common question I'm asked is, what can I do as an individual? Try to buy locally grown food at least 1 month a year. Give up meat 1 day a week. You might say, well, why? What difference does that make? It takes 65 times as much water to grow 1 serving of meat as it does to grow a serving of potatoes.
40% of all energy is consumed when appliances are turned off. So if you turn off power strips, it makes a big difference. When you do dishes or laundry, always do a full load. And air dry both.
If you buy a new refrigerator, you can often save 85% of the energy from your old fridge because they're so much better and more efficient. One of the most energy expensive items in your home is a hot water heater. We keep them hot enough to use 24 hours a day, only for the few times when we need hot water. Try to get the most energy, the most insulated hot water system. That will save you a huge amount of money. Try to go without a car 1 day a week. If you're going to buy a new car, use energy efficiency as one of the criteria. It will save you money, and it's better for the environment.
You can go online and find a carbon calculator to estimate about how many tons of carbon you're responsible for, and then you can go to one of numerous different organizations that offset your carbon or that make you carbon neutral. And some will plant trees.
Trees are a great carbon sink. All of that growth is coming straight out of the air, and that's sucking the pollutant out of the air.
Or you can buy regenerative energy like solar power or wind power energy and neutralize your carbon emissions that way.
Environmentalism isn't all gloom and doom. There are no answers. There are answers all over the planet. But that's inspiring me, is there are huge opportunities for all of us.
So what makes you hopeful?
Human nature. Yeah, I just think that people at heart, we're all moral beings. None of us want to destroy our children's future. And once we understand what's at stake here, we'll move to do the right thing.